I'm giving our experts more visibility on those that have contracted the disease around the country. The president mentioned this.
Can you put your good afternoon to everyone, good evening? Can you put your sound vibration on mute? Thank you. Hari Om, that's it. Happy Friday to everyone. The yoga culture recognizes the movements of the Earth planet as it goes around the sun. And so on Friday, normally the first minute after midnight, the magnetic pull that affects our Earth planet is from the planet called Venus. So Venus is the planet which affects the heart space, hence our mental hygiene today is still going and purify the mind and purify the heart space. Hope everyone is maintaining their external cleanliness, along with now we get to go into internal cleanliness, cleaning the mind inside. It's a beautiful thing to meditate with like-minded individuals from around the world. If at any time, if the foot falls asleep, feel free to stretch the legs out, wiggle the ankles, and then cross it back. No hard and fast rules. So let's get started. Let's bring the spine tall. Palms on the knees, touch the tip of the thumbs, tip of the index fingers. Close the eyes softly. Hum Jum Saha Trayambakam Yajamahe Shugandim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrita Sahajum Hum Om. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale slowly. Bring the breath back to normal. Again, before we can quiet the mind, making the mind peaceful, we must first quiet the physical body. Kaya sthiram, stillness of the body. Take your awareness to the right foot from the toes to the heel. The right foot is still. To the left foot is solid. Take your awareness to the entire right leg from the toes, passing the calf, the knee, the thigh to the right hip girdle. The entire right leg is immovable. Take the awareness to the entire left leg from the toes to the left hip. The entire left leg is stable. Take your awareness to the pelvic floor, the glutes, the lower back, the front of the pelvis. The entire pelvic floor is cemented. Take your awareness to the entire back, from the glutes to the shoulders. The entire back is still. Take your awareness to the right hand, from the fingertips to the wrist. The right hand is rigid. To the left hand is steady. Take your awareness to the entire right arm, from the fingertips, passing the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm to the right shoulder blade. The entire right arm is immovable. To the entire left arm, from the left fingertips to the shoulder, the entire left arm is solid. Take your awareness to the neck is motionless. Bring your awareness to the head is completely still. Take your awareness to the whole body and imagine the whole body is like a statue. Immovable, stable. As the physical body starts to move into stillness more and more as time progresses, let's work on stilling the mind, quieting the mind. Bring your focus of the mind to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. Try not to control the breath, just witness it moving in and out. Witness the breath with awe and reverence, as if it is the first time you are witnessing the breath. Each and every breath is extremely important, as it keeps us alive. Sensitize the mind a little bit more and see if you can identify the slight temperature change of the breath. The incoming breath is slightly cooler. The outgoing breath with the body's heat is slightly warmer. Sensitize the mind a little bit more, quieten the mind. See if you can identify the 4 parts of the breath. There is an inhalation, followed by a split-second retention inside, followed by an exhalation, followed by a split-second retention outside, followed by an inhalation again. Keep witnessing the 4 parts of the breath now. We're going to equalize the 4 parts of the breath. Move with me, my pace. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. Continue with this ratio, equalizing the breath. If the count of 4 is too strenuous, decrease it to counts of 3. If the count of 4 is too easy for your lungs, increase it to counts of 5. Everyone is different. Your pace, don't strain. Keep the mind in the present with the breath. After the next exhalation, bring the breath back to normal breathing. Now bring the awareness to the breath, but this time we're going to move into a different breathing pattern. We breathe into a ratio of 1 to 2. The yogis, they recognize whenever we inhale, we create a little tension in the muscles around the heart. Whenever we exhale, the muscles around the heart relax. Move with me, my pace. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. exhale slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue at this ratio of 1 to 2 breathing. If 4, 8 is too strenuous for your lungs, decrease it to 3, 6. If 4, 8 is too easy for your lungs, increase it to 5, 10. No strain, your pace. After you complete the next exhalation, bring the breath back to normal breathing. I want you to move your awareness to the, yogis call it the Hridayakash, the heart space. Take your awareness to the space behind the breastbone and the backbone. That space between the breastbone and the backbone. Between the lower ribs and the shoulders. And as you inhale, you feel the space expanding. As you exhale, the heart space deflates in. Keep your awareness with the expansion and deflation of the heart space. And as you keep your awareness in the heart space, see if you can identify your heartbeat, that beautiful unstruck sound. Boom, boom, boom. You feel the pulse from the heart spread over the whole body, from head to toe, from the thumping in the chest region. The prana that's floating around the heart space, yogis refer to it as Antitype Chakra, that vortex of energy. And the emotion, it governs many emotions. One of the emotion of the higher self, the spiritual being whom we are, is compassion. I want you to move back in your memory in the mind and remember a time in this life when you did an act of compassion. An act of compassion is an act of love from your heart space to assist a fellow living entity, a plant, an animal, or a fellow human being with no desire for anything in return. Remember a time when you did an act of compassion now. Every one of us has done many acts of compassion throughout our life, and as we bring one up now, cumulatively, raising that higher frequency. This time, use the creative power of your mind. Keep moving into the memory of your mind and remember a time when you were the recipient of another living entity's compassion. Remember a time when someone acted out of compassion towards you. As the mind has that power to project in the past into the memory, our powerful mind also has the power to project in the future. I want you to use the creative power of your mind and imagine yourself doing an act of compassion in the next week. See yourself doing an act of love from your heart space to assist a fellow living entity, a plant, an animal, or a fellow human being who might need some compassionate act. See yourself doing an act of love from your heart space now. As the mind is engulfed with this high frequency of emotion from the heart space, let's leave the future and the past and bring the mind back into the present moment in the heart space. Find your heartbeat once again. The yogic culture teaches right next to us the true spiritual being whom we are, the Atma. We have a companion with us known as Paramatma, or the Lord in the heart. From whichever spiritual culture you were brought up with, bring your deity in the heart space. The Paramatma, the Lord in the heart, has this quality of compassion in its fullest. Humbly request the Lord in the heart to bless you with this quality of compassion more and more. The yogis, they recognize the law of the universe. Compassionate actions bring an inner, tap into the Anandamaya kosha, inner happiness. Whenever we do acts of compassion, a certain level of internal happiness starts to manifest coming out of the Atma. We connect to it. We are a natural, compassionate being. In times that we're living in, a beautiful time to be compassionate to others, be compassionate to ourselves, taking the time for our mental hygiene, or physical hygiene, share that compassion to others. Want you to leave the heart space and let the Atma, your spiritual self, project your consciousness in the center of the forehead, the Chidakash, the mind space. And as you sit into the mind space, try not to think of anything. Random thoughts may come in and out, or maybe your mind might remain completely quiet. Sitting in stillness with your mind. The beautiful mind. Just be a detached witness. Do not judge yourself from what kind of thoughts may enter the mind. They're just elements, tattvas forming, moving in and out. Just witness them detachedly. One last time, bring your awareness back to the heart space. Find your heartbeat. It'll be easier to find the heartbeat now as you've been sitting still for a while. The breath has slowed down. Where the heartbeat is coming from is where the true spiritual being resides. And as the heart beats, boom, it pumps this powerful emotion of compassion throughout all your cells, all the trillions of cells of your skin, bones, the marrow, the tissues, the fascia, are experiencing this high frequency emotion of compassion. As you recognize that, yes, I am a compassionate being. We are all compassionate beings naturally because we are parts and parcel of God, and God is the ultimate compassionate being that rubs off on us. Plant the sankalpa. I am a compassionate being mentally in the heart space. Externalizing the consciousness slowly, become aware of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils, feeling the air moving in and out. You recognize this breath is a compassionate act of God towards us, providing us with this amazing prana, with the oxygen, the nitrogen. I want you to break the stillness in your fingers. Wiggle the fingers slowly. Move your wrists slowly. Bring your left palm onto the yogis call it Hridaya Kshetram, onto the heart space. Bring the right palm over the left. And see if you can physically find the heartbeat with the palms. The heartbeat, the yogis recognize, takes place from the 27th day after conception, after the egg meets the spermatozoa, the union, the first major yoga. We have a small heart, then a little beat. And when we're born as little babies, the second major yoga takes place. The heart is like the size of a coin. And as we grow into adulthood, according to the height of the body, the folded fists, whenever we fold our fingers into a fist, that's become the size of the heart. But the prana has been moving from when it was just a little spot on the 27th day after conception. Compassionate being, grateful for the heartbeat, grateful for the emotion of compassion that comes from there. Bring the palms together. Let's chant the mantra together once. Lower the head towards your higher self, the Atma, the spiritual self that divine, compassionate being whom you are. Namaste. Lift the head, open the eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. The yogis recognize that compassion is a very powerful frequency, carries a certain energy. And the more we can tap into it, the more we can do good for ourselves and for the planet. Normally when there's catastrophe, that's when we tap into these higher frequencies. I remember maybe about 8 years ago when I was in New York, it was Hurricane Sandy. I saw a lot of New Yorkers tap into that powerful emotion to help people all over the place. Staten Island, Long Island, Jersey shores. So we don't have to wait for calamities or catastrophes to tap into that frequency. It should be a regular part of our lifestyle because it's part of the true self. And now, since we're going through challenging phase on the planet, it's also nice to really tap into it even more. The yogis recognize the proof of my inner tranquility when I go in to meditate is how I act, how I keep that frequency when I open the eyes and deal with the world outside. So we know the proof of our inner realizations through our actions, because our actions are extension of the mental space. The body will only move into action from what's coming on from the mind. And then the mind is subservient to the heart space. So once the heart space is resonating on a high frequency, the mind will follow, the physical body will follow. And the planet benefit from it, other living entities benefit from it, and even you benefit from it. So the yogis understood an act of compassion a day brings a smile on the heart. So over the next few years, you planted your sankalpa, see yourself doing a compassionate act in the next week or so. Enjoy doing acts of compassion. It's a beautiful thing. Throughout the day, we are always having different emotions controlling the mind. Let the mind go from somewhere from within. We'll end there today. Tomorrow we'll do yoga, prana nidra. I thought there was tomorrow's prana nidra, the healing practices of the yogis. How we can try and go in to heal the mind, heal the body with the amazing breath that we can transform. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And my assistant was suggesting that everyone, if you're getting some kind of benefit from the classes, to please just write, you can write to her, Samia, or to me, Yogi, to my email, some of the good things about the classes, because I'm getting so much benefit just practicing with all of you daily. So I'm grateful for this amazing Sangha with beautiful souls from all over the globe, from America to Asia to Europe, Central America, Hawaii. Until tomorrow, same time, Hari Om Tat Sat. You can switch on your microphone and you can all say,
hey, thank you.
Namaste.
Aloha.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, Yogi Charu.
Aloha,
Thank you,
namaste.
Charu.
Namaste.
Thank you, Yogi Charu.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank
See
you.
everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone, have a good
Keep well. If you're on the East Coast, if you're in Asia, have a compassionate day. If you're in Hawaii, West Coast, Belize, have a beautiful, compassionate day. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you, Charu. Yogi.
Yes, compassionate being. Dogs are compassionate beings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Do
you.
you,
Thank you.
do you use
Yeah.
Venmo or PayPal only?
No, Venmo is fine as well. No problem.
Okay,
Thank
I'll
you.
find you on Venmo. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I left.
Hariom.
Adiom.